Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I am Ashley. I'm a homeschooling mom with 7 kiddos. I did a 2022 goals video a few months ago. And even though we are not halfway through the year yet, I wanted to kind of give an update on how this is going to hold myself accountable. So I had 5 things. I will link the video up here. I had 5 things that I wanted to focus on in 2022. Sometimes I do seasonal goals. Sometimes I do videos where I focus on things at certain times of the year. The 2022 goals was more broad and things that I wanted to really keep going for the whole year. So I'm going to kind of give an update on how I have done the last few months. I guess about four months. I maybe did it in December, January, February, March, April. Yeah, it was about 3 or 4 months ago. So I have had some time to kind of practice on these things and to see if these are doable goals for me. So the first one that I did was being a yes parent. I can probably do a little bit better at this. I have focused more on, if my kid wants to play something, yes, I will play that with you regardless of what I am doing. That kind of thing. As far as actually like venturing out and taking them out whenever we have the time, because that's very slim, I probably could do better at that. I know I could do better at that. Overall, though, it has been in my mind anytime they ask me to do something or we, they want to go somewhere, and I think to myself before an actual no, I have to look and think can we do this? Do we have the time to do this? Sometimes we do not. Sometimes we have to be at home. We have to do these things. We have to leave in 20 minutes. No, we can't go do this. We can't go outside. We can't go to the park right now. We have to do this. A baby is napping, etc. But I feel like I have done a pretty good job of being mindful of when they ask and want to do something. I think that I have recognized the need to be more of a yes parent. So overall, I think I could work on that a little bit better, but it is moving in the right direction, a positive direction. I wanted to focus, number 2, on budgeting. Writing out an actual budget is hard because whether it be monthly or every other week, because there are so many different factors, it is never the same. And I try and tell this to my husband. Every 2 weeks is never the same. There is always something different that is going to pop up, whether it's dance related, whether it's baseball related, whether it's taekwondo related, whether it's car related, whether it's whatever, medical. There is always something that is going to pop up that you did not expect or that is different. So let's say, I have to pay for a baseball tournament. Well, obviously that's going to be in this 2 weeks, but next 2 weeks I'm not going to have to deal with that. So all the 2 weeks sections, pay periods are all different. And so having to sit down and having the time to sit down and go through the entire month. And like I said, some things pop up and you just don't expect it, medical or vehicle or whatever. And it's hard. It is very hard. And so actually sitting down and writing out a budget, I have not been great at. I have tried to do a very broad budget, just kind of like the big things that I know and kind of guesstimate on groceries and gas and stuff like that. But it's been hard. Now, with that being said, I have become so much better intentional with purchases. I don't have the time to go to Hobby Lobby and walk around and look for things. I don't have the time necessarily to sit and browse Amazon for certain things. And so I have saved a lot of money, and I am proud to say that, because I think simply I don't have the time. But also I don't have the desire anymore. When I got into that budgeting mindset and the mindset of, okay, every $20 here and $20 there and $20 here adds up. When I got into that mindset, I didn't no longer have the desire to go and walk the aisles of Target because I knew where that would end. I knew that that would end with not good things because I would be spending money that I would have not done. So if I just stay out of Target, then I don't have to worry about that. Another thing that helps me with this is curbside. I rarely, unless I am buying presents or even presents sometimes, birthday presents, I still go on Amazon and do that, or Target and do that, because I don't have any impulse buys. Whenever I can, pretty much every time, my kids rarely go in a store because I do curbside all the time. And that helps me not only with impulse purchases, but with budgeting, because I can sit and look and see what I'm buying and take things out of my cart if I need to and say, okay, let me look at this. Do I really need this? And think about it, as opposed to all these things like in the store coming at you and you are overwhelmed with all these extra things like, oh yeah, wait, I do need that for my bedroom. Oh wait, I do need that for our bathroom. Wait, this is cute. What if it's not here the next time I come? No, none of that. I buy what I need online and I pick it up and I'm done. So budgeting, as far as writing out a budget, not so great. But as far as being mindful of my purchases and my lack of purchases, because I am not purchasing as much, I am not doing any impulse buys, I simply don't have the time to even think about it. I'm doing great with that. And I'm very proud of that because, obviously moving into a new house and you have all these different things, but it's like, where is that going to get me if I'm sitting here spending all the money on it, but then I don't have enough money for something else? Like, it's a whole mindset, and it's really tough to put yourself in that mindset when you are used to not thinking that way and just thinking, oh, it's only $20. Oh, it's only $10. Yes, times, however much, it's going to be a lot more than $20. So I've done, I say halfway well on that. In a different aspect, but I do need to focus a little bit more on narrowing down budget. It's just hard with groceries and gas and things like that, and things that some days I drive more than other days, and sometimes I don't anticipate driving more. And so I can't, it's very hard to budget that. It just really is. Or sometimes I have to go pick up a kid in my car that's my passenger van. I'll link that video. Versus my husband's like small car. So I try and take that car as much as I can, but if I have to use my car, it's obviously more gas, so then I spend more on gas. So then, there's just so many different factors, but overall I think I'm done pretty well with that. Number 3 was procrastinating less and being more productive with my time. I have done really well with this. I am very mindful of things that need to get done and telling myself, I have to keep reminding myself, it is a daily struggle. It is a constant struggle. Telling myself, if you just do it, it'll be done. Like, making that appointment, or, cleaning the toilets that I keep putting off, or cleaning that spot of dirt that I keep walking past over and over and over again on the floor that I just don't feel like cleaning. Just do it. And once you do it, I'm telling you, once you do that one thing that you are procrastinating, it's like, okay, what else can I do? What else can I do? It gets you motivated and gets you going. So I think I have done very, very well on this. But like I said, it is constant. I am constantly thinking about it and constantly having to remind myself, just do it, just get it done. And you'll be much happier and you won't have to think about it anymore. So that is a mindset that has taken some practice, and I'm still working on it, but overall, I think it is great. Being more productive with my time. I don't really lay on the couch much. I will take, if my youngest is napping, I will sometimes lay for a few minutes and just kind of take a breather. But overall, I have so many things that I need to be doing. I rarely do that, but if I find myself kind of getting into that mentality, like, oh, I'll just lay here for like half an hour, just let me lay here for half an hour. Then if I close my eyes, and then it's like, okay, where did the hour just go, So I just have to stay on top of it basically all the time. I always have to stay on top of things, so that I can just keep myself going. It's like a circle. I just keep going. If I stop, then that just stalls everything. So doing to-do lists one by one. I have done pretty well with that. Because I haven't been shopping for things, I haven't really had to think much about it. I haven't really had to stop myself and be like, wait, you need to focus on this room as opposed to, I don't know, lamps for all the rooms. Let's just focus on one room. I haven't really had to think like that because I don't have time to shop. So the one purchase that I did make recently were soap dispensers. And really this was to save money because I was buying like the Mrs. Meyer's, just the plastic bottles, for $4 and something every time for 3 bathrooms. And then I'm like, why don't I buy the actual soap dispensers like, we used to have, and just do the refills for like $6. And the soap dispensers are bigger. So that is one thing that I did get for like all of the bathrooms, or well, a couple of the bathrooms. I need to get another one. But that with the mindset of saving money in the long run and realizing that, okay, I'm just spending $12 a week on these soaps that I just toss, the container, when I can do the refills. So I haven't really had to deal with like having to do one big thing at a time because I just don't have time. But I think I'm doing pretty well with like keeping it. If I do that, like the soap dispensers, it's like, okay, I get it $10 off Amazon. Obviously this is going to save me money. I have that mentality. So and then finally, one-on-one time with my kids. I can do much better with this. I need to focus more on that. I have mentioned that even one-on-one time, just taking them to the field or taking them to dance or whatever, that can be considered one-on-one time. And you just have to be intentional with that and recognize those times. So I'd like to focus more on, especially my little kids, because, when I had just my older two, it was easy to do one-on-one. But now when you have 7, it's harder to focus on the little kids because if they're not even in sports or anything like that yet, then, you want to kind of have that one-on-one time, especially my 2.5-year-old. Because that's such a cute age. And so even just going out for ice cream or something like that, I need to focus more on that. But I have been able to recognize those moments where it's like, hey, this is a time where I normally wouldn't have with this child. Let's make the most of it. So I could do better with that, but I would like to do kind of like a schedule of some sort where I intentionally have one-on-one time with them. And I literally put it on the calendar for that purpose. So those are my 5 things. I think I have done overall pretty well. I will probably do more like a summer goals because I think with the summer, people tend to just kind of like be more relaxed and not think about those kind of things. But I really want to stay intentional during the summer months also. So I'm going to think about some things that I can focus more on in the summer, all the while focusing on these things that have really that I've really done well with keeping in the front of my mind to focus on. So that is it. Let me know if you have any questions or comments, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.